Good morning to you. This is our first week doing school all week, including full days. We've done one other week where we did all week, but we only did half days. I've been working with Elizabeth doing some grammar. She's doing analytical grammar this year. It's a new one for her, kind of a different style and such, so she needed a bit of a momentum help. So I've been helping her with that. And I just came down to get myself some breakfast and cut a couple apples for the kids.
I'm going to avoid the fight books by stepping over them.
Did you jump over them like Matthew?
Nope. I got to jump over all of them.
This math is going pretty well, but it is definitely different for her and I, so it's going slower. But I think we're going to stick with it. Here's a moment of honesty so you can see what my bookshelves actually look like right now. Up here is like curriculum we're not currently using. And then this is science shelf, including stuff we're not currently using. And then just other resources. That's history. And random other books that have gotten shoved there. And then those things are just mostly just books that the kids read. Same with those. I need to go through them again and get rid of some more of the baby books. This was one of the first books I bought Elizabeth. And it has been well loved. You can see the things. Some of them are missing. I don't think this is one I can get rid of. Anyway, what I wanted to show you was I am creating a teacher shelf for me. I've never had one. But this year I have more like teacher edition books, so this is not what's going to stay with me, but I've put a few things over here that are just kind of resources for me. Well-trained mind book, a few like devotional type books. I don't know what else is going to go here, but for now. And then on this side are ones that are materials that I still need to make sure are planned for the year. Supplemental type things. And then eventually all of this will go to wherever it needs to go. And then right now I just have my teacher books and my planner here in the middle. And then I think I'm going to move things around so that this shelf can be a shelf for Elizabeth, because she has a lot more things. Like these are all part of her history for this year. She just has more stuff. So I think I'm going to try to empty that shelf out for her. I just have to organize things and do some decluttering. One habit I used to be really good with, but failed with regularly last year. So when school's over in the morning and we've cleaned up, I go down and help the kids with their lunch, and then I would make the mistake of just not coming back to the schoolroom. But if I come back and spend 15-20 minutes going over my planner for the afternoon, going over whatever it is I need to think about for the afternoon, for the next day, any grading in the from the morning, whatever that is, if I can spend 15-20 minutes doing it, it helps so much. So this year I am determined that I'm going to get back into that habit. So I have not filled out the planner yet. I started that page, but I haven't gone this. So that's what I'm going to do right now, and then I'm going to go have lunch. Tuesday morning to you. It's not a good day. I overslept and just kind of throws my whole morning off, but I'm slowly catching up. We are going to have a little bit of a longer morning today because we're taking the afternoon off. We have to go on to base. We have a couple errands to run, library and that kind of thing, but then we also have to go on base to get Elizabeth set up for volleyball. Hopefully it works. I've not had good luck with bureaucracy, military bureaucracy lately. So I'm working on updating a couple more things in my planner because I want to try to tape it this afternoon. So that's what I am working on right now. Okay, so which one are we going to tackle now? 13/6 or 10/7?
10 7.
Okay, what's gonna be true about the numerators for 10? There'll have to be a multiple of 10, right?
Why?
So that tells us that the second digit in the number will be what number? 0.
What does this say? L-I-C-K.
Well, what do you remember what CK says?
40. I.
There's nothing telling the I to say its name. Okay, so which one's Benny?
40.
Yes.
Okay.
And
17.
back from running errands, and it was semi-successful, not as much as I would have liked. But we went out first to get Eclipse glasses, and we couldn't find any at 2 stores that had them this weekend. Supposedly, someone told me they did. But when we stopped at the library, my son was reading the program chart and saw mention of the glasses, and I remembered that we're supposed to get glasses since we registered to go to the event. Now who knows, because I could clarify to make sure that it was not like a first come first serve thing, like those who are registered will get them. They said yes. We'll see. Just a very small library haul. These were books I had on hold. King Arthur and Knights of the Round Table. The Great Illustrated Classics. We like these pretty well. It really depends on which one. Like some of them are better than other renditions, or adaptations. But yeah, we like them pretty well. And then I got this one for me, and it's about the 1878 eclipse, I think. I saw it recommended when I was compiling my blog post of sources. So, and this one is for Ben's Mensa reading list. And then we got Elizabeth registered for volleyball, which again was something that was far more complicated than it should have been. But she's registered for that. Gonna get dinner started now. I already have brown rice going on the stove, or the water boiling part. And then we're gonna do beef with it. And then I have peppers, the zucchini, a little bitty one. Look how cute that is. Red onion. I think I have some carrots in the fridge. I need to look for them. And then stir fry sauce. And then I have green onion. I won't cook this. This will just go on top. And pineapple to serve alongside of it. And then while I do that, I'm going to watch Shelley's Home Life. If you like food, her channel is great. She does like vlogs too, but she does a lot of cooking videos and that type of thing. She always does what I eat in a week, and I don't know. I just really enjoy her, and I like watching her. Food's not a lot more often what we would eat, but I still enjoy watching her. So I will leave her channel linked below as well. So I will see you in the morning. Yes, I'm back. It's still the same day. In addition to wanting just to capture our first, kind of full week of school, I also wanted to vlog this week to show some easy meals. And so I wanted to touch on the stir fry one. Obviously, you can do things like buy meat already cut up. You can buy veggies prepped ahead of time. This stir fry sauce freezes really well. So I freeze it in roughly quarter cup portions. You know what? Let me show you what I freeze it in. These little bitty jars. They're like, this is the half pint size. And this is half of the half pint size. And I don't fill it up quite all the way. We don't need all the way, but roughly about a fourth of a cup or so in here. And so I think the recipe makes, I want to say 6 of these, I think. Anyway, I freeze it in these so I can quickly pull out the sauce. It defrosts very quickly. The meat is great. Obviously you can buy it ahead of time, or honestly it takes me, I don't know, I just cut up 1.5 pounds in about 5 minutes. I cut it very thin so that it cooks quickly. I cut my veggies very small so that they cook quickly. While the rice is heating up, I get my pan warming up, and by the time I have everything cut up, pan's ready for me to throw it in, and it all kind of comes together so easily. To me, stir fry is one of those things that feels like it's way more time consuming than it actually is for me. down to drink my coffee, Elizabeth called me upstairs. She just had a massive nosebleed. She has never had a nosebleed in her life. I don't know what that's all about. We did not make it back last night to the urgent care for her physical. So we're going to go this morning, and I'm going to take some school things with us. So for Matthew, I grabbed his daily math. He is loving this. I think mostly it's that he can do it independently. I also grabbed phonics for him, and a bunch of the Costco Bob books. I want to see where he's at in them. And then for Ben, he's reading Pippi Longstocking, and I didn't realize that there's a series of them. And this one is apparently the third in the series. I had no idea. He's reading that, so I brought that. We are not quite ready to do the next reading in Beast, but we will like tomorrow or the day after. So I went ahead and brought it, and we'll just do the reading now. Because both boys will be entertained by that. I brought Ben's writing. This is by depending on how busy it is, this may require too much concentration, but and then mega word spelling. And then Elizabeth, I told her to choose what she wanted. She gets really distracted when we school outside of the home, so I told her to choose things that would be on the easier side. She has an audiobook that she's doing for her first book this year, Wonder. So I told her she could bring that, and then her questions that she has for it, and then maybe her spelling and word roots. I don't know, just something that doesn't require a lot of focus for her, because it's a tough thing for her to do. In my ideal world, at least once a week we'd go take our school and go somewhere else, the library or Starbucks or whatever. But really, Ben's the only one who does well with that. So, such as it is, we were gone 6 hours this morning dealing with this physical thing, plus the hours yesterday. So roughly 10 hours, give or take. And we are not really any closer to getting Elizabeth able to play volleyball this year. It has been, you deal with medical bureaucracy, and then you deal with government bureaucracy, and you combine them, and you get the worst of everything. We got home, and we were all kind of burnt out from the morning. We got some schoolwork done while we were there, but about a half hour into our wait, they turned on a movie, some kids movie, and I lost the kids at that point. So we didn't get much done, but I did have us watch a documentary in the car. It's called The Real Olympics by PBS. It's interesting. It's the history of ancient Olympics and modern Olympics. I had no idea about the ancient Olympics, like the reality of it. I can tell you there's nothing that we've learned so far that makes it sound the least bit appealing. The violence and all of it is shocking to me. The documentary's been good, but whoa, I had no idea. Anyway, stay tuned, because hopefully tomorrow I'm going to tape a video about recent things we've watched in our school. So if you're interested, watch for it, and I will have it out soon, including this one. All that to say, school, like, I thought we would be home before lunch. That didn't happen. On the bright side, when I realized that we had to go back to base around lunchtime, I called my husband and we met up with him for lunch, so that was good. We don't do it very often. We really should make more of a point to do it, because it's nice. Dinner is all messed up because I need to get it started before lunch and whatever. So I bought some tortellini at the grocery store last time I went, and just to keep on hand, because some nights like this. So I'm doing that for dinner tonight, changing plans, and then I am attempting Italian bread. I have never made it before. My only school project left today is we're using this for history. Confession time. I originally bought this the first time we did history, or ancient history, which was, I don't even know, many years ago. And we never did it. And it was because we started it, but I only photocopied like the first lesson and didn't photocopy the rest. And I never got back to it. So this time, what I was just wanting to sit down and look at was figuring out how many pages I need to photocopy and whether it'd be cheaper just to buy a second book for Matthew. The books are $10 each, so I think it's going to be cheaper just to photocopy, but which you can with Evan Moore, you can do for within your own school, in case anyone is wondering. So I'm trying to figure that out. That's my only thing left. We're gonna have a start school early tomorrow morning though, because tomorrow afternoon we're going over to some friend's house, which again wasn't quite the plan. And now my husband said he may have Friday off, which again wasn't the plan. This week was supposed to be our first full week of full days of school, and we've had one. This is why I like to build in lots of buffer days into our school year. I always try to start a load of laundry before school starts, because then it's ready. I can flip it midway through school, and then it's ready for me to fold at lunchtime, or have the kids fold it during afternoon school. We weren't in the schoolroom yesterday, and then I didn't do a great cleanup the day before that, so I'm gonna just try to get a little bit of things straightened up that are my things, and then have the kids do theirs when they come up. Next week, if I get time this morning, I want to revise the schedule a little bit, because next week I'd like to do a day of just Disney learning with the kids. We have an upcoming trip, if you don't know. Before the last trip, I did this big Disney unit that I really need to put up on my blog, because I was pretty happy with it. But it wasn't just like learning about Disney and Disney World, but I used it as inspiration. So like from Animal Kingdom, we learned about different countries in Africa and wildlife and migration and all that kind of thing. And we learned about Hollywood Studios, MGM if you're old school, inspired, a study about Art Deco and that kind of thing. Anyway, we did this big unit, but I just couldn't get it together to do it this time. Even though I had all the notes, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to take some of those things though, and we're going to do a Disney day. Some updated, some just straight from what we did before. So I want to try and plan that this morning if I have time. And I need to finish going through Elizabeth's, one of her books for science, because I have to return it today. I like to play music sometimes during school, but it needs to be instrumental so that the kids don't get distracted by the words. So, like I said, we've got a Disney trip coming up, so I found one that is just Disney instrumentals. So I'm going to put that on. And my voice. They're always so loud. I kind of went through and updated this a little bit. Updated my list of things that I want to get done today. This week has been so screwy, but it actually inspired me to jot down some notes for a video on recovering from a week when school doesn't go as planned. So I'm going to work on that and hopefully get it out in the next week or two. I got school bag unloaded from yesterday, and I haven't gotten things cleaned up yet. But the other thing I wanted to show you was then I have tried like on Khan's Hour of Code that has different programming of like just teaching kids don't know if you haven't seen it, I'll try and find a little video. But it would teach kids, you know, if you need to get from here to here, how do you do it? And it's always with things like, there's like a frozen one in Minecraft, so little themed ones. But when we would do it, Ben was real resistant to it. He just didn't enjoy it. But yesterday, he said that he'd like to learn coding. So I hopped on Khan to see what they have for his age, because that would feel babyish to him. So I pulled up, and they've changed Khan around a bit. So if you haven't been on for a while, you may want to check it out. But they have an hour of drawing with code, and then web pages and databases. I think I'm going to pop this on for him today and have him do it as logic. If he likes it, then I'll just put it on his calendar to do it once a week or twice a week. That's part of his, well, not really logic, we call it brain building. So it is all logic-y type things. We had a busy, productive morning. So busy that I didn't even get anything taped. It was busy and it was good. My husband is supposed to have a surprise day off tomorrow, so I really wanted to make sure we get, you know, stay on top of things so that we can take tomorrow afternoon off with him. And then Monday, of course, is the eclipse, so I need the afternoon off on that day as well. Good evening. We ended up staying much later than I thought we would, but we had a great time, so it was worth it. But now I'm rushed for dinner, and my husband usually gets home late, but he texted me on the way home saying that he was already on his way. So I'm working like a busy bee trying to get done. I told you that I was going to switch dinner plans, and we had to stop at the store on the way to a friend's house, so I grabbed some ground beef, and I'm just going to do taco salads for dinner. I have the rice going, and the meat's working on it. I just have a homemade taco mix that I use. I will link the recipe. I'm going to throw in some red and yellow onion with it, and then cook it down, and then we'll serve it over salads. And if I get time, we'll see, I'm going to roll up some shredded chicken taco that I have in the fridge. I'm going to roll it up and make taquitos out of it, but we'll see. If not, I'll do it tomorrow. So anyway, I need to get back to dinner. Going out for a run tonight. We just got some rain. It cooled it off so nice. So I'm going to go do that right after dinner, and I'll see you in the morning. You see the little ear poking out. I love cats. They are crazy. Anyway, good Friday morning to you. My husband does have today off, so we are going to do just a half day of school so that we can spend some time with him this afternoon. He's going to be traveling a lot this fall, so squeeze it in while we can. So I just made myself some breakfast. Last night, as you know, we had tacos. So my favorite breakfast day after tacos is leftover rice and beef, or rice and chicken, whatever we're having. I don't like anything sweet for breakfasts, so I often have leftovers, and taco and rice is one of my very favorite leftovers. So I'm gonna go do that and go get school started. I'm running a bit late. Having him home in the morning throws my morning off in a good way, but yeah, so I'm gonna go do that. He's working on school this morning himself. He has 2 more classes in his master's. He's almost done with this one, so that's what makes it challenging for him when we're all doing school, but we'll make it work. Yeah, so we'll have to get our last day of the week done. I know you can't really see me, but I'm sitting here editing, waiting for my daughter, and editing this vlog, and realized that I never really closed off Friday. So I just wanted to update that real quick so I can get this done and out, ready for you on time. Friday morning, as you saw, we did just some basic stuff. Tried to catch up on anything that was left from any day but Friday. So, we just go back and anything Monday through Thursday was not completed, we tried to do that first, and then tackled some Friday things. And then Friday afternoon, we hung out with my husband and did some family stuff. So, that's that, and thanks for watching.